All right, welcome back, Sunrisers, and welcome back, Andy.
Hey, I didn't want the stretch to end.
It looked like it was so good.
It was really good.
I love that for you. All right, now, you can't say street culture and not mention sound clash culture. Now, tracing back to the 1950s, local sound systems would set up their equipment and host parties within their communities, with these events quickly becoming competitive as different sound systems fought to draw the biggest crowds.
So recognizing the cultural significance and popularity of sound clashes, Guinness launched Guinness Sounds of Greatness in 2008, and it has been doing tremendously ever since. So this year's staging saw 2 winners, which is a first for GSOG. And brand manager Nadine Hylton joins us to break down the competition and what made this year so different. Welcome back. Good to see you, Nadine.
How are you? Hi, Tami. How are you?
So let's talk about it.
Yeah, sure.
2 winners.
Yeah, so this year we had 2 winners, and there's a reason for that. The finals of GSOG was supposed to be July 6th. That's the week of Hurricane Beryl. And so a lot happened for Jamaicans overall. I mean, the show was fantastic leading into that, and we definitely were looking for the finals. But one of our finalists actually came from St. Elizabeth and was right in the band of, you know, those who got affected. And so we thought it was the right thing to do. Also, Red Star as a corporate entity was, you know, looking to do things for persons who were affected by Beryl. So we decided as a brand to join with them, award our 2 finalists who were spectacular as winners, and so they shared the prize money.
I love that.
Nice.
Yeah. Excellent. I want you to take us through the various rounds of competition, because this is not just a one thing and that is it. So tell us about that.
So first of all, there were different sound systems that wanted to vie to be on the Guinness stage. Now, you know, that's a big stage. So 2 of the things that Guinness Sounds of Greatness features is 1, legendary sounds that have contributed over the years since this whole sound clash culture thing began. And then the other part is that we focus on uprising sounds that, you know, are there, they're playing in their communities. They might have, they play out every weekend, you know, and they have a vibrant business, but they've never played on the national stage. And so we highlight that, we bring them to that. You know, and outside of that, dancehall culture is so wide. You have the fashion, the dance, you know, just the personality, that bold character, and the inspiration of trying to do something greater. And so that's what Guinness Sounds of Greatness stands for, and that's what we did. So we took it through the semi-final rounds. First, we had some playoffs around the country. And one of those places was like 10 sound systems in St. Elizabeth came together.
Hey, St. always have a good dance.
Sound clash culture central. And 2 of those sound systems came through into the semi-finals. And then we had the Kingston finalists, which was Rock Wilders. And then Simple Touch made it through from St. Elizabeth. And so they went into the semi-final rounds. The semi-finals, too, saw them play off at the National Stadium car park. And we were so looking forward to the next week for mass camp, but then Hurricane Beryl came. But it was awesome. And so we decided to award both of them.
Let's talk a bit about the idea of Guinness Belt. How did that originate? What was that process like? And obviously it's received distinguished recognition. Walk us through that. Of course.
And again, as I said, we look to award people who are legendary or people who've contributed over the years. So the Guinness Belt is an iconic award for legends. And we've given it to persons like King Jammys. We've given it to people like Delano. We've given it to people like Sky Juice. And that was last year. And this year, our awardee was Billy Slaughter, Ezra Phillips. You know, those are DJs and disc jockeys that have come up from back into the big sound system set up in the lawn to now they've evolved into the digital space using computers to play. You know, so no longer you need the big boxes. You need small boxes, correct. But the culture still lives on, where you still go to a big lawn and you see the big racks of sound system. So Ezra Phillips, a.k.a. Billy Slaughter, we thought, you know, he's done his contributions playing with Stone Love over the years. Weepow himself has been a recipient. And so every year we
that's
look...
the belt that we're looking at there now.
Correct.
Amazing.
So every year we look, we speak to people in the industry, and, you know, we select like 4 persons, and then we kind of narrow down to who we think deserves it. for that year.
Can we enter?
Hey, wait a minute.
who knows?
I don't know why anyone is laughing.
Yeah.
Let me explain
I
something.
we can't clash, you know.
Hey.
I could be you could select the song.
I would be the eerie.
Yeah. No, but you have had female DJs in the past as well.
Of course.
And sound systems clash. And
Yes.
that's been incredible as well. I think that's a huge
Yes.
deal for you guys.
DJ Naz has
Right, I
been
love
a
DJ
winner
Naz,
of Guinness
yes.
Sounds of Greatness. So yes, the females are coming up and they're there, and we're also looking to highlight them some more as well.
I think
so,
that's
Tami, who
important.
knows? I mean, you've done your contribution.
Don't
I
tell
mean,
me.
tight up skirt. I mean, it could be persons who've written.
I love it.
It's
I
about
love it.
the talent and the whole culture of what dancehall represents.
Yeah,
So we might have started out as sound systems and a sound system clash, but that comes with so much more.
Yeah.
You know.
You mentioned earlier about your two winners. You mentioned the impact that Hurricane Beryl had on your planned final. You've had to pivot, and you've done so beautifully. Let's talk a bit about how even some of the proceeds have gone to helping those who have been impacted by
Right. So what we did was partner with the corporate company, Red Stripe, because it's not just about Guinness. It was about the company. And we partnered with persons like Food for the Poor who were doing stuff down in St. Elizabeth, Clarendon, and Manchester. So that was one aspect, but it's still going on. And for the rest of the year, we have a program that's called Beer Love. And what that means is that we go out as a company, not just the corporate side or the brand managers, talking about people in supply. We take bus loads of persons and we go to different places throughout the different communities that we think might need to have a helping hand to just build back. You know, we go and see what they need. We go and see how the businesses have been doing since Beryl. Because, I mean, we're an alcohol company. We don't have food supplies.
Right.
But we know about the business of owning a bar or owning an entity that sells our products. And so that is an ongoing project that will continue for the rest of the year.
Which also, in the area that you just mentioned, is such a massive part of the economy of that area. And there's nothing I love more than driving South Coast and stopping off on a little bar on the side, a little cook shop on the side. I think it's a massive part of who we are and our cultural experience.
About a week or two after Beryl, you know, our head of commerce took the drive out with some of our team members, and he was just amazed at the resilience of the people. I mean, yes, they needed help. Yes, we saw people going, but they were already building back what they needed. You know, it's their livelihood. And music was playing, you know, people were still up and about, neighbors coming out to help to fix up the shop roof, that kind of thing. And so that's what we're about, the resilience of the people. And I think Guinness as a brand speaks to that.
And I know we've just completed GSOG. What's next? What do you have planned next?
All right, so well,
I know you're already through the door.
Yes, and you know, and that's one of the reasons we even though we wanted to have the finals, we couldn't. There's so much happening in Jamaica and in the culture. So today we want to share some nice things with you, of course, because the season of dancehall for the rest of the year is so big. Lots of dancehall shows coming up and all of that. And even if Guinness is not in the space in your face, we're definitely there. But outside of that, Guinness is also into football, and we are the official bearer of the EPL, and so we're going to be looking at that as well. And, you know, some other things coming along the way. Next year, of course, you know, we'll come back to Guinness Sounds of Greatness as well.
It's going to be great.
It's gonna be
Thank
great,
you so much for being here with us today.
Sure.
This is awesome, and so happy to hear how you guys pivoted and made it work. And two winners, me love that. I don't know, I'm just saying.
Yes.
Maybe that's a thing.
Yeah. And guess what? You know, one of the parts of the show last year was, well, this year was supposed to be a whole fashion segment inspired by, you know, there's so many young people that work into the whole dancehall industry. They make clothes for the artists, they make clothes for the people who go.
Sounds like you heard about our next segment.
I was going to say, we don't want to tell them yet. They have to stick and stay for that. All right, so that was Nadine Hylton, brand manager at Guinness. So we are going to go for a break, and she kind of just gave us a little prips. So when we come back, music meets fashion on the Guinness Sounds of Greatness runway. You don't want to miss that.
No, I don't want to miss